Couple quick things, and obviously to do that type of thing, you have to be full of confidence, and you're protective of what you've done and so forth. The only reason I ever did it in the first place is because the city council that hired me and the mayor that hired me, after they hired me to be a city manager, came to me then later on and specifically asked me if there's any way that I can incorporate that into those responsibilities and then build other types of responsibilities that you might do on a day-to-day basis to other personnel. And it was kind of an experimental thing to see if it works. It's been that way for 11 years, so obviously it's been a real deal of time structuring everything. The people who surround me don't get enough credit for their involvement and role in everything that we do in the community, not only from an economic development standpoint, but one of the greatest responsibilities a city manager has is emergency management. And that's something that you have to be aware of 365, 24/7. John Hinkey, our public services director, has been a phenomenal addition to our community. He takes that role very, very serious. We share a lot of the responsibilities statutorily that'll never leave. But he's went through all the training. He is Johnny on the spot. He relieves a great deal of the pressure. That's far more pressure than the economic development, because my experience level, I can really cut the corners on that. I mean, that's just the bottom line. The mayor said something very wise to me when we had our heart-to-heart conversation. He said it might be the most cost-effective, it might be the most efficient there is. He says, but public perception is there's something wrong with it. And so, sometimes you just can't change that public perception. So we just basically agreed that we could show what some of the costs would be if you possibly restructured it in different ways. One other thing that we've really done, because we haven't had to spend money on a salary or benefits or those kind of things, or an office, is that we made the Chamber of Commerce much stronger as a result of it. They play a tremendous role in everything that we do. And when I do need help, you're never going to get a better administrative assistant than Joe Hauser. And everything that she does, she takes a lot of the personnel issues and policies, make that strong. But that chamber staff is absolutely phenomenal. They're very, very talented. They're a great team over there. They have great board of directors. And they take a great deal of the load off as well. And we've been able to establish a new residence bureau that's going to help with that transition that so many people struggle with when they come to that community. And it's working and it's growing, but we need to stabilize it. And the only way that we were able to fund it is because we have that available money. The available money we have, instead of using it on salaries and those kind of things, we can protect it for job creation. When we have that project come along, we can do those things. Otherwise, if you're eating it up all the time, you can't. We've developed the Main Street program and the incentives for downtown. And yeah, we have our struggles economically, but we're trying to do all those different things as a team and build a team. And there's lots of different committees take a lot of those responsibilities, and they take them serious. And it's a collective team effort. All I really do is direct traffic, and I try to deal with the hardcore issues when you deal with business and industry. And everybody needs utilities and those sort of things, and a city manager can absolutely direct that traffic and get those people sit down at the table, and we always have that trust factor. We prove to business and industry that, by golly, we can get it done under certain time frames. I could preach all day long, and I could try to sell the merits all day long, but if the public perception is still that there's something wrong with it, I can't fix it. But we can sure put facts on the table, and we can show what different options can be. This community's tried several of them in the past. I've been parts of 3 different ones. And I can tell you, from my standpoint, as somebody that's worked with all of them, this is by far the most efficient, most cost-effective, and I think the results are in the pudding. Again, have we sold that enough? Have we convinced people enough? We need to look, differently at it. I've committed to the mayor. I gave him my word that, we put some facts and figures together, and we sit down and we discuss it. But then we can do it at least logically. And it's not a scattergun approach that, if we did it this way, then this is what we'd have to do. And it never hurts to have another fresh point of view on anything. This is a fresh point of view when we structured it this way. And, and it's been my life. And, you know, and it is. You know, and that's my own fault. You know, but that's what I choose to do in life. And I choose to do it here. And, you know, and to a fault, probably.
Where is this public perception coming from there?
Where's the public perception that you've been talking